Collective, welcome to Sunday Vibes. How are you guys doing out there? I hope your weekend has been great thus far. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Woo, so, I have a huge download. Okay? And this cannot be encapsulated by any means. There is more to this download, but that needs to be experienced. Okay, so I can only tell you a form of the download as I got it. Alright, as you can see by the title, you are now forbidden fruit, but it's deeper than you think. It goes deeper. Okay, so I got the Adam and Eve energy, but this isn't Adam and Eve as you know it. Okay, as it's told in the Bible, for reasons that I'm not tapping into right now. This is Adam and Eve in a form of awakening, integrating the feminine and the masculine within. The snake is a energy of change and transmutation, but also transformation. The apple, the forbidden fruit. The snake is in the root chakra. The apple is the sacral chakra. This is about a kundalini awakening. So we know that Sundays are for love. This is everything to do with a union that you are being and you have been being prepared for with a divine counterpart. So as I'm talking about your energy being the forbidden fruit now to anyone else, so is your divine counterpart. So this is for the both of you. So when I speak, it's the interpretation of what you are both going through in your individual lives as you come into union and what you have been going through. So this reading is not going to be for those of you who aren't connected to your spirit or even understand what it means to walk that spiritual path. Now, if you're open-minded enough and curious enough to want to know more, then you can stick around and watch. But this is definitely a path that will challenge your beliefs, your mindset. Now, me and my own journey, I've never been closed-minded. I always knew there was always something more to what I understood at whatever point in my life to be, part of the truth. But I was always open-minded. I was always spiritual in a sense, connected to something more. And I always wanted to know more. So if somebody here is closed-minded because they're very into their beliefs, things that they have learned to be true, and nothing else fits in there, then this would be a very challenging reading for you, because it challenges what you know to be true and helps you to understand and expand your consciousness into seeing that there's actually way more than what you've been taught to learn or understand for yourself at this time. But for the rest of you, we're getting into the Adam and Eve theory as I have received the download. Okay? For those on the spiritual journey, ascension, and this has to do with your divine counterpart. Now, your divine counterpart is going to be different for all of you. Some of you, it's a high-level soulmate. Some of you, it's your twin. Some of you, your twin failed the journey this lifetime, so your twin is being replaced. However, the label doesn't matter. It is your divine counterpart. That's the person you have been in preparation this whole time for. Even if, some people didn't make the cut and the contract was switched. Okay, you would know what that is. So before this union can come together. This is why we always say divine timing, because there is a process to this union that must be also understood, and overstood within your own spirit. And those conscious patterns must be broken through, because if you were to take someone that has not even taken one step into their spiritual path, into an energy that is ascended, like your counterpart that is ascended, while you're over here still not even understanding on the level that they're understanding things, that person would run for dear life, because the intensity would be too much. It just wouldn't be aligned, right? Because it's challenging. It's challenging everything they knew about connections. You have your three-dimensional connections that are more superficially based, like, oh, I'm attracted to you. There's lust, there's chemistry, you like the same color, or, you have, big butt, big boobs, or little butt, little boobs, something that I like, or, your hair color, or your hair is like mine. It's not based on that. Okay, that's karmic connections, three-dimensional connections versus spiritual connections that need to be understood in a very different manner. And you have to grow into that understanding within your own soul, within your own spirit, as you go through your own awakening and spiritual path and journey. Okay? So you have been in preparation, just like, let's say, in karmic relationships, right? Three-dimensional relationships, when people get engaged, right? They usually you get in a relationship, then you get engaged, maybe for like a year or two. Then there's preparation till the wedding day. There's a lot of preparation to the wedding day. In a spiritual union, the preparation is behind the scenes in a different manner. You and your divine counterpart have been in preparation for this union, and everything takes time, and it's in divine timing, right? Because spirit has to understand that you're both at a level consciously, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually able to understand what this union is about. And so you don't get scared when you're having certain experiences. Now, this isn't just about intimacy as far as sexual, but this is about what happens when you come into union and you are intimate, or you are in each other's space. Because, aura is very expansive. The heart space picks up on energy, vibration, and frequencies. So when you're both together in the same room, everything is intensified. You have to be prepared for that energy. Okay? Especially when it comes down to when you guys actually have intimacy, not just the soul intimacy that exists within you, but you consummate the union. There are going to be certain types of activations that happen. There's going to be awakening of other spiritual gifts that you may have gotten signs and synchronicities in the dream state that you have, but you don't exercise in the physical, because some of these gifts, spiritual gifts, take practice. Okay? And can you imagine if you weren't awakened or prepared for that moment, how scary that intimate moment would be? Okay? Because I'm feeling the fear right now. Just talking about it. Okay? But so some of you may get nervous when you get up to that moment. But you have been prepared for this, okay? So there's nothing to fear. It's a very pure, because a lot of you have been celibate, okay? And you would have been celibate up to that moment for some time, as well as your divine counterpart. And it's a very high vibrational experience, in connection to that higher self. So it's just, it feels intense, okay? Because I'm feeling the intensity of this feeling, and whoa, it's like flying high. It's like, obviously something that not many people are going to experience this lifetime. Um, that's why these unions take so long to come together, because you're not going to be tapped into the three-dimensional matrix. You're tapping into the divine matrix, right? In connection to the heavens, okay? Into the moon cycles, how it was meant to be, in connection to the ethers, the universe. So the snake, the apple, the Adam and Eve, and the unity within yourself, your divine feminine, divine masculine, and integrating that within the connection, right? Two people at a high level energy, awakened, ascended, and there's still more to experience. So I can only give you so much, because you have to go through that your own experience when you guys are in union. Whew. So this is why you become, both of you become the forbidden fruit for anyone else. You have left your old self. You are no longer part of that karmic wheel, that karmic timeline and existence. You are in a different timeline that is connected to the divine, the way you were, meant to be, meant to live. So no one else is going to suffice, because the energy is going to be mismatched. So this is why you've been in preparation. So this is like the time where you sure this is what you want. Okay? Don't give up before the miracle energy. There's a purpose to that union. And it's in connection to source. But also for those of you where you're bringing in like a divine child that's going to be awakened, because both of you are awakened. This is I mean, words cannot express what you guys are going to experience. In that moment of euphoria, because that's what it feels like. It's going to be euphoric, extremely euphoric. Like the energy that I'm feeling right now is it's intense, but it's like I'm out in the universe, okay? Like I can't even explain it. It's like I feel like when you guys are intimate, you're going to have an out of body experience. It's kind of like that. Okay? So, as they say, the other story of Adam and Eve, it's almost like they didn't want you to tap into this knowledge, and they rewrote what that Adam and Eve actually means. You did not come from a man's rib. You're a whole conscious being, spiritual being on your own, and so is your divine partner. You're both whole within thyself. And your soul, your consciousness, what you have picked up through past lives, throughout the universe, because it ain't just in this planet. There are other planets throughout the universe. Where you actually have been through past lives, you're going to be tapping into some very hidden information and like codes within your DNA that are going to unlock many things, especially when you come together. Just the vibration, the frequency, and the energy itself that you emit when you come together, it's going to be felt. It's like waves. It's not just within yourselves. Other people are going to feel it. Some people may not even be able to stand it, because this is extremely high vibrational energy that I'm feeling right now. Some people are going to be addicted to it, to watching you guys, to wanting to understand like how you guys came together. But some people, oh my God, they're not going to, it's almost like they're going to feel nauseous. They're not going to be able to sit in the same space with you guys. in the same room with you guys. It's when you have that, when you consummate that union, after that, that's why there's more to explain that I can't even, you have to experience that side of what I'm telling you. You have to go through that experience with your divine counterpart to understand that side of it. Okay? Whew. So let's get into a few cards here and see what else Spirit wants to say about this. But you become the forbidden fruit for anyone else, clearly, because of the path that you have chosen to walk, which is in connection to your purpose, your highest timeline, and in connection to Source. Now, also what I was getting is, there's the three-dimensional matrix earthly timeline, right, that has been created to create that matrix, to have a controlled environment where people are, conform to certain beliefs and live a life that is more in a karmic timeline, right? And you guys are living in connection to Source in a higher timeline, connected to your higher self as you expanded your consciousness and have had soul growth and evolution and have healed your traumas and all of that. So although everything is happening all at once right now as we speak, there are still different timelines within within time and space. What is happening now? And that has to do with your energy, vibration, and frequency, the ascension process, the, ascending past self-limiting beliefs, or, breaking through conscious patterns. So you shifted into a different timeline, while other people are living within a more three-dimensional timeline because of, the state of mind, the state of being that they chose to be in, and their level of perspective. And that's okay. Not everybody's going to break out of that. A lot of people are going to conform to that because they feel they need to be led somehow, and that's just what they're used to, and that's okay, maybe in another life. But for you guys, it's like you're existing in what seems like all in the same time, but there's different timelines within the moment in time. Okay, I hope I'm clearing. I'm hoping that is coming across clear. Obviously, for those who know, because you've been in preparation and ascending and on a spiritual journey to have this union, to come into union and then take it from there. So obviously this is bigger than just a relationship and being in love and getting married and having children or having a family or whatever. This is obviously more than that. This is also tapping into like things that you never knew you could tap into within yourselves. Like the psychic abilities are going to be enhanced. The downloads enhanced. Like your intuition and vision enhanced. Like, yes, you've been in preparation and things have been blowing your mind, but wait till union happens and things are consummated, and the energy and vibration in which you walk in, the things that you bring to life, the creative things that you can do, it's like unlimited. Like things are going to be so clear, so crystal clear on how to move through this life, because you're moving in the spirit as well, not just in the physical, that I mean, I can't even you just can't grasp it. It's so vast. The things you can accomplish together this lifetime, and not just for yourselves, for others, because you are a beacon of light at the end of the day. But it's like just by living your life and doing what you do, okay? Obviously, paying it forward somehow, is where you guys are going to be taking this, however that is connected within the purpose that you guys signed up for. The purpose has already been understood in the spirit before you even came to be in this human body. Okay? And just like a child has to learn to walk, and it takes time, even though you've walked before in other lifetimes, not your first time ever walking, but it's like a new body, a new adjustment. Same thing when you're going through the spiritual journey. You got to crawl before you walk, and everything takes time, because things, they have to be accepted, adjusted, and understood slowly. Because I'm telling you, if everything bombarded you at once, you'd freaking run. If everything bombarded you at once, you would run. If you were working at 100% brain capacity, you would run. So, most people only work at the 3% brain capacity. When you're ascending, you're breaking out of that percentage. So many things, many epiphanies are going to be had. Many self-discoveries are going to be had. Many downloads are going to, you're going to receive within the dream state as well. Like, my dreams have been wild lately. Like, I mean, I've been dreaming about my spiritual abilities that I don't yet, like, actually practice in the physical, because I know that those things take time to understand, to learn. But wow. But the things that the spirit has been showing me in the dream state, even like you have like a vibrational experience within the dream, and you wake up with that vibration in your body. So you just experienced something. And I'm not talking about sex either. Even though, like, if you ever had sex with your divine counterpart and you felt a certain level of vibration, you can wake up with that vibration as well. But I'm talking about like telekinesis and like pushing through matter, understanding that everything is not really as solid as it is, like things like that. But anyway, let's get back to the what we were talking about here. There was something else that I'm missing, but we'll see if I remember here. Let's see what Spirit has. Beauty. I heard the beauty within, number 40. This is about grounding your energy, okay? Every rose has its thorn energy, right? It's beautiful to be in your divine presence, right? This is about understanding your inner beauty. This is the aura, the energy that vibrates off of you guys as well. Okay, but if you get too close, you get pricked, right? It is not to be messed with. It is to be admired. Okay, is what I'm getting here with this. This is also about growth, right? It takes time for that rose to open up from bud to rose. But also it's being protected with its thorns through that process of growth and expansion. And it's really admired for its beauty, for what it has become, what it allowed itself to naturally be, because it was always made to be a beautiful rose. So it never was thinking within, oh, I'm going to be a horrible weed, or I'm going to be a wilted flower when I grow. No. It understood the process and simply became what it was meant to be. Okay, and that's you guys. the fledging, number 1. Let me get another one before I end risk. I believe the fledging is a challenge. Hold on a second here. Yeah. The fledging is it's the process of the challenge, right? Because it's immature, inexperienced, or underdeveloped. Okay? So there's what this is saying is, growth always has its challenges, right? The rose also depends on its environment, right? And the soil in which it is growing in. So this is about placing yourself in an environment where you can flourish, where you can grow. So sometimes that calls for moving away from certain people, certain beliefs, and understanding that this is a road that you walk by yourself, and that with this road comes many risks, many leaps of faith to be taken. Okay? 31 adding up to 4 as well. 4, 4, and 1. Okay? All right. And conclusion, number 12. Yeah, the end and chapter 1. This is about leaving an old way of living to begin a new way of living. It's like having that a second chance at life within the same lifetime, right? Returning back to innocence, to experience life again as, before the programming, before the trauma, before the, anything that stunt your growth in the first place, anything that kept you away from owning your own power or getting in touch with your spirit. So now together, a new chapter begins here. Okay, you guys have come full circle. 12 adding up to 3 is the catalytic number. This is where self-mastery, growth, and overcoming whatever stagnant energy or anything that's trying to keep you in a lower vibration is, whether it's people, places, things, what you tell yourself, any of that. Because the catalytic number, you attract whatever energy you sit in. Okay, so now that we have chapter 1 here, you're going to be attracting different things, different experiences, as well as your counterpart, yes. But you're both going to experience life in a much different way. And there will be leaps of faith to take. Okay? Some of you have been taking leaps of faith on your own. You'll be taking leaps of faith together as well. Okay? Even just coming into union with each other is a leap of faith. All right? Let's see. What do I want to use before we go anywhere else? We have falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. This is being in a state of sleep. Number 19 adding up to 10. For some of you, somebody fell off here and they didn't make the cut because they're asleep. But beauty, this is going past a state of sleep, right? Awakening. Oh, what I was going to say about the Kundalini rising or opening the third eye. Okay. And the fact that I was never closed-minded. So when I decided to heal and open my third eye, I was very interested in astral travel. Even before I awakened, I was very interested in opening up my third eye before I awakened. So when I finally got to a space where I started healing and self-reflecting and ascending, of course, I was diving deep into spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakenings. Now, that's not for everybody. Okay? Some people need a mentor and need to be um, guided properly into that Kundalini awakening, because you don't always just have it while you're in union through intimacy with your divine counterpart. You can have it on your own, but it's not for everybody. And the reason I say that, because that's to open your third eye, is because not everybody is prepared, mentally prepared for the things you're going to experience on a spiritual level. Whether you're seeing things around you, experiencing things around you, or you're tapping into gifts that you didn't understand you even that were a thing or you had, that can be very scary for certain people. So only attempt this if you're mentally prepared and you are at least open-minded enough to understand that you're going to be tapping into things that you never knew existed before, with an open mind. Just like when you try to astral travel, a lot of people are scared to astral travel. I'm not. Okay? Because I know that I am protected and I don't have any fear associated with it. Not everybody is connected to that or wants to experience that. Sometimes it can happen spontaneously, whether it's astral traveling or Kundalini rising. Due to some sort of traumatic experience, you can have a Kundalini rising in that way as well. Okay? So, if you're closed-minded and you're just like trying to be like, oh yeah, let's see if I can wake up my third eye, don't do that. Because you might drive yourself nuts if you weren't prepared, because your mind was conditioned to believe certain things that don't align with that experience. Okay? All right. For those of you who are not quite on the spiritual journey and you're just listening to see, let's see what this crazy bitch is talking about. Okay? Just saying. Whale song and resonating. Yes. So 61. Okay? So the fledging, right? Inexperience, but resonating, right? 61. Number 7. Being guided, right? Spiritual lessons have to be learned here first. Following your intuition. Number one. Okay. And one, and one here. 1. Okay. 11. Exactly. Opening the portal to ascension, abundance, enlightenment, and grounding yourself within your feminine and masculine energy. That takes time. That takes understanding. But resonating, right? If you think of a whale as it moves through the ocean, it's a slow process, right? In the meantime, they sing their song and it resonates through the ocean, okay? So there's an energy that resonates through the spirit realm, the universe, that somebody here is, has an inexperience about or doesn't understand fully, but resonates. All right? Dances on one foot, the balancing act. Number 9. Okay, so another 9 here as well. 9s are portals as well, even though they're endings and new beginnings as well. It's the portal of, the number of 9, the 369. It's a portal energy. It says balancing act. Okay. So this, if you'd see this, even though it's still giving me the same look, even though this one's facing this way and this one looks like it's facing this way, it's like trusting that things will be balanced, trusting that you're gonna land safely, trusting in something you cannot see, right? Trusting in your ability, your abilities, okay? Trusting that you can put one foot in front of the other without understanding what comes next, okay? And this is a balancing act, always, because, there are things that challenge us in life. There are many winding roads that show up to try to deviate you from the path. And you just have to keep on, like, you got to put on like the blindfolds, trust what you're seeing in the spirit, and navigate through that shit. Like, nobody else sees the path you're walking, but you see it within. So they will try to deviate you from it because they can't see what you're seeing because their third eye is blind. So to them, you may look like someone that's walking blindfolded, and they're seeing, are you just going to fall off the cliff? You're like, no, I trust in what I see and my experience because I feel it, I sense it, and I'm connected to it. But somebody that's always trying to see things in the physical is not going to understand what you're doing. So they may try to, hold you back. So it may look like suicide, right? But here you are, you know you're going to fly. And they don't see that because that's not their experience. Okay? So trusting in thyself and in the spirit that they got your back. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. There you go. Tapping into ancestral wisdom. 34. Number 9, once again. Excuse me. 7. I don't know why I got 9 there. But yeah. And we have another 7 here. Okay. Tapping into the divine. Tapping into that ancestral wisdom. Being an open channel to receive information. Tapping into the quantum field. Okay? The information highway. Understanding that you don't always need somebody to write a book for you to understand something. You can get it from the ethers when you're tapped in the way it's meant to be seen. Okay? Everybody's truth is different. But you don't need somebody else, another human being, to write a book so you understand what the hell is going on. No. This is about your own inner compass and allowing it to navigate you to where it is you need to go. Alright, let's see what else here. But yeah, again, 9 could be significant again because I keep seeing that number. So life path number 9, life path number 7, life path number 3, 4, 11, and life path number 33 and 44. Did I say number 9? Yes. Life path number 1 as well. It doesn't matter. Like, one more. Intuition. Okay. It says each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. Exactly. One step at a time, every step of the way. Okay? Your heart and your consciousness knows where it needs to be. Alright? So this is about following your intuition and awakening. And growing. Ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. This is also about not putting any pressure because there are certain things that maybe we're not understanding. Just allowing yourselves to resonate with the things that are flowing into your psyche or into your life as you walk one step at a time. All right, and it is easy to receive. This sounds like an affirmation, right? Because a lot of people live in lack and they feel like it's not easy to receive. That is a level of programming that exists subconsciously. Things that are like dumped in the subconscious bucket as a belief system is very hard to rid yourself of because all you have known your whole life is like hard work and that's the matrix. It was programmed to keep you in the loop of hard work and that's what you're meant to do. It's like the hamster in a wheel energy. So it's hard to break out of that and understand that the universe has your back as long as you believe that it is easy for you to receive. But you have to subconsciously train your mind to understand and believe that. And those are the hard things to overcome because it's so deeply embedded. It's been embedded by, families and friends and society, you know. So it's like, is it really easy to receive? Yes. Keep walking the path and don't give up before the miracle, and you will understand that it actually is. It is your birthright. Okay? So why wouldn't it be easy to receive? It should be. So you see how sometimes our limited perception of things, our limited mindset can keep us stuck. And gratitude, always, always be grateful. No matter how big or small. See, a lot of people, they expect big things. But sometimes blessings come in waves and sometimes small victories. Okay? Victories are victories no matter how big or small they are. Gifts are gifts no matter how big or small they are. Okay? Allow yourself to just experience receiving, but allow yourself also to give and be grateful for whatever it is that you have at this moment. You got food on the table, your bills are paid, you have a job, or you're working towards a side hustle or whatever. Be grateful that you have the tools to have that opportunity and allow things to simply flow. It says, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Okay? All right. Bottom of the deck. True offering. Yeah, and don't forget to, you know, offer things to Spirit as a form of gratitude as well. A true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. All right? So another thing is offering up your sorrows, any difficulties that you're going through, or things that are hard for you to let go of, offering those to Spirit to transmute it, okay, into light, to purify it, and transmute it back into your divine power, right? Letting it go, setting it free, so that you are lighter on your feet and that you can move forward, knowing and understanding that you don't need to bear a cross that no longer is yours, okay? All right. Let's use the Star Temple Oracle. That was the Abundance deck, and this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And I'm trying to remember what this one was. I don't remember. Something about Night Oracle. Yeah, the Oracle. Okay. Forecast. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. So there you go. Intuition, waking up from spiritual narcolepsy, growing, understanding your inner beauty, and being the Oracle. This is where you're tapped into your intuition, obviously, your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities, and having premonitions. Okay, but truly tapping into your spiritual gifts. Everybody has spiritual gifts. It's a matter of understanding, believing in yourself, and tapping into that. That's why I think it's funny when some people make fun of readers. Everybody has spiritual gifts. They can tap into the same things if they just allow themselves to. Number 19, once again. 1919, same row. Okay, 1010. The Medicine Woman. Heal. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. So how is a healer how do you become a healer? When you learn how to heal yourself, then you understand that you always had healing abilities, whether that's through herbs, spices, or a natural healing ability that is within you. Okay? So, again, we can also have healing abilities here, um, as we wake up our spiritual gifts. And one way you would know is if, through the process of healing, you actually not just heal your heart or your traumas, but there is like a healing that takes over your internal body. Okay? Like all of a sudden you heal yourself from certain pain, certain diseases, or things that you had. And that's through the process of belief too, because that is, um, the mind could keep you sick. Okay, you ever notice a hypochondriac? There's always something wrong. They're always in the hospital. They're always telling you stories about how sick they were or how sick they are. That's like a hypochondriac. That's like somebody that cannot get away from the loop of always thinking they're sick or they need to be sick. That's a mental thing. Okay? So when you believe that you are healed, you become healed. All right? As long as you're going through the process, internal process of healing and understanding what that entails, okay? I'm not saying, you have stage 4 cancer and you just tell yourself, "Oh, I'm healed," and there it is. No, sometimes it doesn't happen like that sometimes. This is also a process mentally that needs to be accepted, okay? Subconsciously. Because remember, there are things in the subconscious bucket that does not allow somebody to believe differently because it's so deeply embedded in there. So it can't just be affirmed and said. It needs to be believed and understood that yes, you can heal, you are healing, and you will heal. Okay, it's that kind of energy. Obviously, when you're far along, you have to go through a process of whatever you can do to heal yourself. Okay, changing your diet, your mindset, and and believing in source as well. But if you have somebody that is very ill, let's say, but they do nothing to try to change that because they believe that it is what it is, well, then there's nothing you can do there, right? All right, let's get one more. Number 30, the mystic. Magic. I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. There you go. Number 30. Balancing act. Gratitude. And taking a leap of faith. A risk on you. Betting on yourself. And understanding that the universe has you. And it's almost like you're co-creating with the universe. And understanding your own abilities, your own magic, and what you can create with it, right? It's like the universe handing you the paintbrush of what you want your life to look like, what you want to experience, what you want to create. Boom. Okay? This is the both of you. All right? Yeah. Bottom of the deck. 11. The Moonstone Star. Passion. I am entering a portal of euphoric love. There it is. See, so this is the process. And it's almost like, because this, right, the magic, I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. It's euphoric. You're in the energy of high vibration, that glow up, right? That confidence. You're tapped into that level, ready for that union, right? You're coming there or you're there. And you're entering a portal of euphoric love. All right? Both of you surrendering to the magic of the universe, understanding that you are a mystic, you're tapped in to your spiritual gifts. Imagine the healing energy within you, the magic, the intuition, and this euphoric love that you both have embraced within yourselves coming together. I mean, absolutely, it's going to be euphoric. And don't worry, we're going to tap into a little more about you and this person you're coming into union with. Let's get some tarot here real quick. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, doing the inner work. Okay, with the oracle, intuition, and beauty. Understanding the beauty within. The beauty within your heart as well here. Four of Pentacles. Grounding that energy. Healing within, right? The medicine woman, healing, ease, resonance. Okay. You see that swan? There's light shining. It's kind of chilling. The waters are calm. It's steady. It's slow and steady. Some of you could be seeing swans or dragonflies as you go through a period of healing. It's slow and steady. And the Seven of Swords. Yeah, no longer self-sabotaging is what I'm getting here. Right? Allowing. I weave the magic and surrender to the universe. So that's the Seven of Swords in reverse. No longer self-sabotaging. Letting go of fear. And just taking that leap. And being grateful for what is presenting itself. Because you took that leap. Right? You only understand it when you let go and surrender to it. And then you can be grateful for it because you're like, wow, I didn't know it could be like this. And there it is. Queen of Swords. Yes. Okay. You got the sword, right? Your crown chakra is awakened. You're tapping in to the quantum field, to source. Okay. Cutting out what doesn't serve you. Becoming more wiser, stronger. And definitely the oracle here, with the oracle and the Queen of Swords. You hold the sword of truth. This is also spiritual sovereignty here, given to you by the will of the Most High God. Princess of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. It's been a process, right? The fledging, resonating, ease, healing. It's like being reborn here. Right? The swan is not yet with their lifelong partner, but you're enjoying the process of self-discovery here. Okay? And I'm hearing wielding, practicing your spiritual gifts. Okay? There's a big cup that you see there. It's almost like you are calling your counterpart in as you understood that they have to go through that same process. And we have the turtle here, right? Which is slow and steady. But the sun still shines. You're not in the darkness. You're chilling. All right? You know at some point something will come. Someone that is meant to be. Some of you know who that is. Some of you, maybe not. The Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Okay, this is about shifting timelines. No longer self-sabotaging. You shifted timelines and in connection to the universe. And being grateful. Okay? You are aligning. Very nice. Yeah. In your strength you shall establish. And you see the snake? You see the infinity symbol within? Some of you already had your Kundalini awakening, rising. Okay, clearly. I mean, somebody here is definitely awakened. A group of you that I'm talking to here. You conquered yourself, or conquering yourself. Okay? And your divine counterpart is coming to. Alright, let's get over here and get a little more about you too. Let's see, where did I put that deck? Okay. So for some of you, if you haven't shifted timelines yet, it's coming. Okay? Go with the flow. There are many shifts, so everybody's at a different level. Sacred Blossom. Very good. So definitely blossoming again. Touching the boundless limits of the universe. Yes. Okay, definitely. A lot of you are tapped in, very grateful. And confronting the beast within. And I'm indifferent, limits, no compassion, disinterested, neutral, and emotional distance. Okay, these are the people that are going to be distancing themselves. Okay, they don't understand this stuff. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. And also, well, once you might have been limited yourself or your counterpart, they're confronting the beast within now. Yeah. For some people, the cycle will continue. Okay, and those are these people with, they're indifferent, they have limits, they're not compassionate, they're disinterested. You know, a lot of people will run from you because like I said before, especially when you come together with your counterpart, because they cannot, it's like holding up two huge mirrors, right? The mirror gets bigger and people get more like triggered by the light you emanate because they're not connected to it themselves. They're not, so they rather project some negative energy or just run from you altogether. All right. So let's get some of these. Let's tap into the Moth to a Flame deck. Yeah, there's that quantum leap. And there you go, the wheel of change and transformation. Yeah. The perfect storm, chaos and order. While this shift is happening, you may experience a little turbulence, okay? But things will come back into alignment. And it may be from other people. So it doesn't matter. Believe in yourself and in spirit and keep doing you. One more. Exactly. Beacon of light with transformation. Be exactly who you were always meant to be. Exactly. Breaking through self-limiting conscious patterns with sacred blossom. That's what I'm talking about. Touching the boundless limits of the universe and mirroring. You are both mirroring each other with touching the boundless limits of the universe. Confronting the beast within. All right. Your counterpart is confronting the beast within. They may fear rejection. Okay. There's still a lot of things they're understanding as well. One of you is definitely more ascended than the other. That's usually how it goes. Okay. So allow this person to align. The point of no return. Yeah, there are some people here that they're just going to be walking away. It's like, nope, that's my limit. This is where I'm done. This is where I draw the line. All right. There may be some people in this person's ear also. They may be cutting some people out with the point of no return here. People that are just not, you know, they're just no longer meant to align in this lifetime. Contemplation and speaking your truth. They want to tell you, new spark and crush. Obviously, this is more than a crush. This is your counterpart. But they're contemplating whether they should tell you how they feel here. Yeah, heartfelt expressions. This person may write you a song. They may sing, like to sing, or sing for a living. I'm not sure. Okay. They know you're... Okay, we have egocentric and drama-free. So this person may see you as someone that isn't into people with big egos. Okay, you're like, you can keep on moving, don't stop. They see you as authentic and unique. But this is also the energy you both carry. You both authentic and walking away from anybody in their ego. Okay. Let's get a few of these. I may not be able to show you all of these cards. Let's tap in here to... Because these are the Sexual Magic Oracle. One more. Healing. Yes, with breaking through self-limiting conscious patterns. And Sacred Blossom. This could be your person at this time. Healing. 24 could be significant. Let's see, 24. Or is that 21? Yeah, 24. I see Pisces energy here. We have passion. Aries energy here. With mirroring. So you're both mirroring a lot of passion. Touching the boundless limits of the universe. Definitely you guys could have, consummated the union in the spirit. And there's a high level of anticipation here. All right. So definitely this is a mirrored passion, a mirrored connection. All right. Let's go with fear of rejection here. Calling back with Sagittarius, number 18. Somebody may be, they're confronting the beast within. And there's somebody in their energy trying to either hold them back or trying to get them to return. Now, they are battling their inner demons is what I'm seeing, because they do have fear, confirmation, because they do have fear of rejection. So it's almost like, do I go this route? I feel the crossroads here. Or do I continue with this person that keeps trying to get me back? That's what I'm getting here. And they need to finally confront this fear or doubts that they're having and move forward. Now we do have the point of no return, so let's see. Triumph. Yes. Number 9. And there's the apple. So they are becoming the forbidden fruit. Okay. Yes. And you have your hands on that. So it's almost like you are forbidden. You're telling this person you are forbidden fruit now. That's what it looks like. But yes, there's the sacral energy with the point of no return. They are leaving, walking away from anybody that is indifferent to their path and purpose. Both of you have. But this person may be doing that at this time. Yeah, freedom. Number 32. Adding up to 5. And then we have 32. No, we have 34. So definitely change here. Moving on. And triumph. This is good. This is good. Very, very good. Let me get some of these. Loyalty and healing. Loyal to the path. Okay. Number 15. Adding up to 6. Learning their spiritual lessons and healing. Blessings with passion. Okay. And touching the boundless limits of the universe. Okay. The blessings you guys are tapping into. Okay. Especially with this union, this mirroring, this soul mirroring. Like, oh my goodness. Like, double the blessings, double everything. Double the blessings, double the fun, double the... Just, wow. Wow. Soul reflections. That's what I'm getting. I see you, you see me. What you seek is seeking you. And depth with shadow. And confronting the beast within. Going within, doing shadow work. I'm also getting with calling back, they're calling themselves back. Or spirit is calling them back from the shadows. Whatever they were fighting within. That had to do with self-doubt or some sort of limitation, right? They're breaking through self-limiting conscious patterns. Any fears or doubts or like, I had a word, but it's escaping me here. Insecurities, any insecurities here. Change, yeah. With the point of no return. Okay, number 29. Adding up to 11. Yeah. A change gonna come. Turning into that werewolf. I'm hearing the song, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. Leo energy. Yeah, that's the strength card too. So you see how you're both coming into your strength? Triumph. Right? There's no going back. Alright? Yeah. Grief. 33. Master number. Self-mastery. Alright? This person is grieving a part of themselves that has changed. The old part of themselves is leaving them. Okay? So this feels like a rebirth. Yeah, look at this. Somebody tried to consume this person. Hunger and focus. See, there is somebody in their life trying to consume them, because whoever was in their life or people, they were in their shadow and they were trying to consume this person into the shadows. But this person will overcome this. They were definitely fighting some inner demons that were trying to keep this person in their shadow. But this is giving me focus so that they have a rebirth here. Okay? I feel like Spirit is working with this person, definitely. Yeah, love is the answer is what I'm getting here. Not these energies that try to consume this person. There could be an energy vampire around them, or several. Exactly. Focus on the journey and the journey of love. There's the apple again. The apple represented freedom, awakening, transformation, integration of the divine feminine and masculine. When they rearranged the story to tell you that the apple was the problem, that it was the devil, no. I mean, how else can they control? How else can they place people in a controlled environment? It's by selling you a dream, giving you a story that you'll buy, so that you lose focus and don't walk the path of empowerment and understand your own power. They want to take your power by selling you a story. I mean, through time, people have manipulated scriptures to their benefit, bending the truth. Yeah, confirmation. And this is about finding the answers for yourself by actually going through the experience. Because then nobody could tell you different, because you're clearly seeing it for yourself. Okay? Yeah, focus again. Compassion. Focus on being compassionate, and there's the treasure. Even with those who try to sway you away from your path or misguided you, just walk away and trust in the universe and your spirit team. What would Spirit like you to know right now? Actually, before I get into that, let me get some of these. And I'm just going to shuffle some of these out. Yeah. Light Workers Rebirth. Wow, a lot of these cards. I know these cards keep falling over here. Alright. Yeah, the answers are within. And then it said sanctity. Anything else you'd like to tell the collective here when it comes to this union? Exactly. New Earth. Living within a higher vibration. And that's what New Earth is about. Living as it was meant to be lived. Tapped into a higher consciousness to source and a higher vibration. That's what you guys, that's the purpose as well. Okay? Within a higher timeline. Even though it's within the same planet. It's a new experience. It's a rebirth. It's like I said, having a second chance to be reborn again within the same lifetime. but also because you have tapped into this, cleared your karma, whenever you do leave this God's beautiful green earth, you will reincarnate into a higher timeline. Okay? Purpose, exactly. I can't make it up. There you go. What else, Spirit? Egyptian ties. That's what they were tapped into as well. Okay? Some of you are seeing all kinds of numbers. Pay attention to the angel numbers and look up their meanings. 888-999-555, 1111, 111, 444, 222, 777, 666, 333. These are all signs and synchronicities that you're walking the right path and that your angels are with you, trying to guide you and to give you certain messages along the way. So definitely, when you see a number that you're constantly seeing, definitely look up its meaning. Spirit's trying to tell you something. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It is what it is. It doesn't matter what they believe. They're stuck in their own way because of their beliefs. Okay? What you're doing for yourself is not about a belief. This is about breaking through self-limiting conscious patterns and tapping into simply what is. Okay? Understanding that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, not the other way around. Yeah. Love frequency. The greatest powerful of them all. And you cannot be stopped. There's the door. You are the key. And that's the power of love. Dun, dun. The power of love. Oh, that's the power of love. It's the power of love. Self-love, baby. Leads to unconditional love and union. Ascended Masters. Didn't I say 33? That's a master number. Purpose. The covenant. In connection to the Most High. A sacred agreement within good spiritual promise. Excuse me, hold on. Within God, a sacred agreement with God and a mutual promise. So this is a sacred agreement. That's the purpose, is to come into this new earth and be the beacon of light. Because you are in the love frequency. That's what you emanate. And that's what a lot of people are going to run from, because they are not in the love frequency. They're in the frequency of fear and conforming to everyone else's beliefs. Okay? And if God hasn't spoken to you yet, oh, he will. Or source will. I don't want to call it he, because God is not a he. He's not. You know, he's source. And I've definitely, when it comes to the covenant, he showed me in a dream the covenant. He pointed to it. Or source pointed to it, right? Source is going to show up in whichever way you can understand its source, right? So that you understand that that is source. And you're going to know when you dream of source that it is source, giving you, relaying a message to you, giving you a download. So you are ascended masters. You emanate that love frequency. Jesus was an ascended master. He emanated the love frequency. That, and his message was, live as I do. That's the love frequency. In divinity, you are Christ. Christ consciousness. Tapping into your higher self. living as you are, as a spiritual being, not as in the way they programmed you to think to be, just because you're a human in a controlled environment. What else, Spirit? Remnant. A surviving trace, a quality of something left behind of the past. A surviving trace, right? When we're born into this God's green earth, we have amnesia. So we don't know who we are. That's why we're so easily programmable. But when we tap in, things are reactivated here. Some of you are very ancient souls. You've been here before. Definitely Egyptian ties. You've been there. And it is here. The remnant of Egyptian ties is a surviving trace here. A quality of something left behind of the past. It's still there. There are messages here. Downloads here. There is everything you're awakening to, you understood when you were back in these Egyptian ties, in this particular lifetime that you experienced in the pyramids. I can't make it up. Telekinesis. Didn't I say you're going to be tapping into some things? You have the ability. There's many spiritual abilities that a lot of you haven't tapped in yet, because some of them do take practice. But if you're having dreams of any abilities that you don't have in the physical, that means you have the ability, the spiritual gift of that particular ability. Telekinesis. Tap into your superpowers, baby. They didn't want you to know all that, right? Demigods can't. There it is. There it is. DNA activation. There it is. My light workers. Demigods. Demi, because you're having a human experience. But certainly gods. DNA activation. You're tapping into your God frequency. One more. Yeah, high ranking. And you are a conscious traveler throughout the universe. You are here for a purpose because you are ascended masters. You just had to re-tap into who you were. And you are that beacon of light. And the purpose is to be the beacon of light, to be in the love frequency, and those who do as you do will do it, and those who don't, don't. And that's okay. You don't want the low vibrational energies in the new earth. They don't have the key to walk into that energy. They have to go within. Okay? The answers are within. Okay? Looking to lessen any negative impact wherever possible. Playing our part in helping the communities and places we go. High-ranking, conscious traveler, ascended masters, demigods with Egyptian ties. Tell me you don't have a fucking purpose. It's clear as day. This ain't no jambalaya reading. It's pretty clear as day how the cards are coming out. As confirmation, confirmation, and confirmation. I'm not here by myself. Spirit is with me. And with all of you. Shapeshifter. Because you're what? Conscious travelers. We shapeshift into whatever we want to experience in the physical. Right now, you're a human being. But you travel throughout the universe, and whatever shape you need to take to relate this message from Source to be that beacon of light, that's exactly the form you're going to be taking. You are conscious energy that stems from Source. Source is consciousness. The ultimate shapeshifter, manifesting itself within everything and everyone. Source is the 100% brain capacity, conscious capacity. And we are just pieces of that consciousness with a purpose. I can't, man, I can't make it up. I can't. There it is. There it is. All right, let's get a message from your angels here. I guess I didn't know. I guess I didn't know. And if you don't know, now you know. All right. Hey. Just live your life. Hey. Lila hee, lila ho, lila ho, lila ho. I'm just saying, man. It is what it is. What does it say here? Doesn't matter what they think. It is what it is. So they want to drown in a cup of water about some low vibrational bullshit that creates division. That's on them. This is way bigger than that. This ain't about those limited perceptions of life. Because we are not our skin. The divine physician, Archangel Raphael, and take a step back. So this is spirit. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Kundalini. Health, healing, ascension. Take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. And there you go. Whether that's people, places, things, or self-limiting beliefs. Spirit is guiding you and allowing you to continue to move forward in your journey and taking a step back from what no longer serves you. Right? This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Allow this person to get there. This is a process. This is not a regular connection. So the timing is not like three-dimensional connections that people are used to. It's just not that. It's deeper than that. You guys are becoming the forbidden fruit because you always were. You were meant for each other, but you had to understand that. You had to understand the process. You had to understand who the hell you are and what you're connected to. And you just saw it. Okay? I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a special Sunday edition, okay? That's what I was called to talk about. So there it is. Let me know in the comments if anybody resonates. Thank you so much, you guys, to those who have donated. Thank you for all your beautiful, wonderful comments. Continue to surpass and expand and believing in yourself. Just be that beacon of light. And those who falter will falter. Those who, this is not about followers, okay? This is not about recruiting anyone. This is simply about becoming that which some people will want to understand more and become that for themselves. That's it. That is your purpose, is to emanate your God-given abilities. Okay? I mean, there it is, okay? Alright, guys. Thank you for watching Sunday Vibes, and I'll see you next week. Peace.